anime fans, One Piece fans, what's good? The answer to that question, of course, is One Piece. One Piece is what's good. One Piece chapter 936 was good. I would give it a 7 out of 10. It started off with Kawamatsu. He asked Raizo to get him out of prison, and then Raizo was spotted and stuff. But that was pretty small and inconsequential part of the chapter. We got to a big part where we saw Queen set up an execution for Luffy and Hyogoro the flower. But how it worked, it was a sumo tournament. It was the sumo matches, and Luffy and Hyogoro had rings around their neck, much like the rings the celestial dragons put around the prisoners, so that if they left the ring, they would die. The rings would explode, I think, or not exactly explode. They shot out these spear things, and then Luffy was kind of like, okay, and then Queen sent a bunch of thugs in the ring, and Luffy knocked them all out with Conqueror's Haki. And Queen was pretty impressed, so next chapter, we are probably going to see more of that. We might even see Queen fight Luffy. That will be hype. And the next part was slightly cringy, but it was Nami and Robin in the bathhouse, and Hawkins came in, and he had all the men and all the women in the bathhouse line up to check their ankles to see if they had the half moon tattoo. We don't know how he even got that knowledge, but that will probably be expounded upon later. So then we have Hawkins checking them out, and then Shinobu was hiding Robin and Nami. She was standing in front of them, and then Hawkins noticed, he's like, "You're hiding someone, aren't you?" And Nami comes out and she's like, "No, I'm not." And then Nami, after a bit, let's just say Nami releases a very deadly attack. It was very deadly. After she finished, there was blood all over the floor from nosebleeds. Yeah, she just released a very deadly attack. It was her secret weapon, and it KO'd most of the men in the bathhouse. And Hawkins was like, what? And then Sanji was unaware that this attack was about to happen, and he was visible in his raid suit, and he got KO'd as well, and his invisibility went off. And then some of the women in the bathhouse were like, "Oh, Soba Mask!" And Drake, who was outside, the bathhouse, and he's like, because Drake's chasing Sanji, he's chasing the Osoba Mask, and Drake's like, "What? Osoba Mask?" He runs in, Drake gets KO'd too. So we see Nami is one of the strongest Straw Hats at this point. She has the ability to just one-shot Drake, one-shot all the strong men in the bathhouse. Undoubtedly there was a Orochi samurai in there. Nami has the ability to KO all of them. So we see Nami is actually probably stronger than Zoro in this light. And then Sanji escaped with Nami, Robin, and Shinobu. Even though Nami could probably take out Kaido at this point. Like, she got some strong attacks. Like, this is the fruit of her training over the time skip. So anyway, we got to the best part of the chapter, in my opinion. Finally, some Zoro action! Boom! My boy Zoro. He was on the bridge in the district of Ringo. But in the map of Wano country, Ringo is on the direct opposite side of the country than Curry. How did Zoro travel across the whole entire country of Wano in that short amount of time? I don't know, but it's Zoro. Anyway, he was being chased by a guy who kind of looked like a tiger. And the guy was like, I've returned the great sword Shusui to its place. That was the keepsake of Ryuma, the legendary samurai of Wano. And Zoro was like, yeah, I know. And then the tiger guy, he basically said, I'm gonna take your other swords too. And Zoro's like, oh, you're a weapons collector. And Zoro's like, I'm gonna take your whole collection. And then they clashed, and that was the end of the chapter. I read in the Gemini's box description that the tiger guy might be related to this guy called Benki in Japanese myth and stories. He was a guy that used many weapons, and he collected weapons from many people. And he got 999 weapons, but when he went to collect his 1000th weapon, he got defeated by a man, and ended up serving that man, like, loyally serving that man. So maybe, when Zoro beats this guy, he may become Zoro's subordinate. He was wielding a glaive, so next chapter is gonna be pretty hype. I hope they do not off-screen this fight like they did the Sanji and page 1 fight. I cannot wait to see Zoro fight this guy. It's going to be epic. For my next chapter predictions, what do I think will happen? Well, I think Zoro is gonna fight this Tiger Benki guy, whoever he is. That's gonna be hype. I think we're gonna see more of X-Drake and Hawkins, because I forgot to mention, but they realized Sanji was Stealth Black, and now they're very interested. So, I think we're gonna see Sanji and Hawkins chase after Sanji, and then I think we're gonna see Luffy in the sumo ring. So I think it's gonna be pretty similar to this chapter, except we're gonna see a full-blown Zoro fight, we're gonna see more of Luffy fighting, and we're gonna see a little bit of X-Drake and Hawkins. So that is it for this video. If you enjoy my content, and only if you enjoy my content, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more One Piece content. I will see you in the next video.